Wait.
Like, leave this.
The what? Leave what?
Look, dude.
I want you to go like this.
You see how my arms are? Cut that shit.
There? That's
There
good?
you go. Yeah.
Just make it my mouth and beard so I can stay anonymous.
Just make it your
Only
mouth.
his beard.
Where'd you think I was from?
Canada?
Canada. What?
Thinks everyone's from Canada.
Cerobies is not used to nice people.
Hey, everybody. We are now going to start part 1 of the podcast. Thank you again to everyone that tuned in. Please enjoy.
Dangus.
Dangus. He's a...
Dangus. BD.
BD Billy Dangus.
The dingle dangus. Little ass bitch. Dangus.
The dopest streams is right here.
Alright, guys. Code has
Ha!
typed.
That's a good question. Cosmo was put in charge for a while, even though he joined the group for only a few days. I've talked to some others about it, and they would like to know why Kaz of all people. Huh. That's funny, because Doc brought it up too. And that's because I really had no idea what I was doing anymore. At one point, guys, you guys have to realize I was gone for like 5-6 months. I was like doing my best to just like do what I can in the guild. But I was banned. If you guys forgot, like there was nothing I could do. and Doc was out playing his other game. Kit was out playing her other game. Fox is playing his other game. And what you guys didn't understand was we had all our own private chat. These guys all said their farewells to me. And I was like, all right, dope. They don't need to like do a dramatic goodbye to everybody. Like we're adults here. We don't need to do that shit. Like if you ever held a job, like a real job, you put your 2 weeks in and it's your choice to fucking be like, I'm out in 2 weeks, not tell anybody. And for people to be all dramatic, oh, they're not being involved. Like, dude, they don't owe you shit. They don't need to tell you that they're going. That's how the adult life works. And then the whole Kaz situation was because Kaz, Brando, and I would get home late. I know, right? Fucking job. I just wanted to see you cry. The whole Kaz situation was...
They just
Dude, remember, I ran a nightclub, so I would be home late every night. And the only people awake were the crazy Australians. Which was Kaz, Brando, Anthrax. And those were the 3 people I was stuck with, man.
I'm having a hard time with this right now.
You're fine.
Who could decide doesn't want to work?
called out.
But
Yeah,
I
bro.
hope that answers your question.
To address this more, y'all are talking about Kaz only being around for a few days. Kaz and Brando and those dudes were around for hell long. I don't know what you're talking about for a few days. Like, they were around. That's who we was playing with. That was like fucking Kaz, Reaper, and
Yeah.
fucking Brando. Those are the dudes. Those are the 3 dudes we put in charge. I don't know why 10 people needed
They were
fucking
just all
guidance.
Australian. Like they had a completely different time zone.
Yeah.
And the thing people forget, like, I can't do shit when I'm banned, man. Like, for me, even still being there, after being banned, was just like, because I wanted it to thrive, but everyone just took it the wrong way, because I couldn't do anything legit. Fuck a job, bro.
Good job.
Has anybody else here bought? What's the
Good
deal
job,
with Quinn? Why does he say you sent people to Grief's base? Okay,
Who?
Quinn Random. I think Doc can answer this
Quinn
question.
Random.
If Wan still was here, because remember when
Right.
Quinn was like challenging everybody to a duel, and he kept on
No one
losing.
gives a fuck about Quinn. Quinn is a whiny baby piece of shit, bro. Like, he was never even in you.
They're not even a
Oh, that
PvP or I whooped his
motherfucker.
ass.
I don't know
Okay.
why that motherfucker gets off saying, "Oh, you fucking blew my blowing people's bases up." It's the game, right? That's the game. Oh, that's the game, guys. Blowing bases up. That's the game, right, motherfucker? Like,
And before
if
I
he
even
wants to run around running his mouth, that's it.
Can't let me alone right now.
He went around running his mouth, thinking he can fool everybody, and when he gets his ass whipped, he wants to cry about it. and then try and retaliate. So then he wants to retaliate. So you blow his base up and tell him to shut the fuck up, and he still wants to cry about it. Like
Dude.
that's the whole deal with that game.
As soon as, not to cut you off, Doc, as soon as I met Quinn, first thing he says to me, "Oh, dude, I rock this sweet setup. You can't kill me, this and that." And I'm like, not really a PvPer, but I'll give it a shot. Just because how cocky he was.
Yeah, dude, that dude was just.
And then I fucking laid him out. 3 times.
He's like, "Oh, bro, let me go get my rocket launcher." And his fucking rocket launcher bounces off of you, like, does 0 damage, and then you one-shot him, like, "Oh, you're hacking, you're cheating, bro." No, you're trash. Like,
No, you're bad, yo.
And people seem to forget, not to be arrogant, but like when you guys joined, we've already have the stuff like that everybody was looking for, and everyone that tried to PvP us, especially Doc, Kitten, and Fox. Anyone could kick my ass in that game. I was way too busy trading. But like, if you challenge any of these guys to any 1v1, that would have been it. And Quinn just couldn't understand that. You know.
Around. Like, that was the end.
You know what's funny too, because there's two types of people in that situation. Like, you have Quinn that reacts like that, and we have Auntie. I remember meeting Auntie like the first time. You remember that shit? He kept on shooting the.
Wish.
Yeah.
Snipers only.
Fucking
let's go, dude. Naked snipers only.
Naked snipers only.
I'll get you in your chon chons, bro.
Yeah, Code. Remember, you remember when someone said, "I'm reporting you. You were a low level yesterday, and you are a higher level today," dude. Hey, if only they were there doing the the helicopter. Remember the helicopters? You don't cheat, dude. There's no leveling up cheat to that game. And to answer that question, I had 2 characters. You numbnuts. Yeah, I had my mule. Like that's before people knew the concept of mule. Because early on, I already had all that kind of stuff, right? So of course, I had to make a new account. So if they met me on my mule account, and then I log into my higher leveled account, and then they say shit like that, that just shows you how noobish they are. It has nothing to do with me cheating. That's just them not knowing how to play the fucking game.
I remember I was there when they said that to you. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
remember this? I was like, what? You got Doc over here with 5
Not
characters.
like I'm reporting you for the thousands of items that you have.
Right?
I swear, people
I
just
remember those
think.
lines.
We forget though, a lot of these guys are like, man, you just feel bad for them sometimes. Dude, this is how you think? Not you, Code. I'm just saying like those other guys.
Dude, yeah, there was not a lot of smart people in that game. There's not a lot of smart people in any game, really.
No, but that's the thing, right? Like, it just shows you like how people would act. Like, the only thing that surprised me in that game is that people straight up just chose to be like the asshole, like right away. We found an XP leveling method that was patched for being too exploitable. Being too exploitable, is that a thing? If it's there and you can exploit it. Has anybody
there was that one leveling method where you could spam the shit out of that button at the end of one of them little events, and you could get like fucking 5-10 levels an event. That shit was tight.
Shit was tough.
I don't remember that.
Like level in 1 minute, dude. I can level in 5, like that last helicopter one. You level up in the very beginning, like 3 to 4 levels if you have the right perks. Again, people aren't thinking. If you sleep, you get a bonus XP. And then if you have that other perk, like what was it when you have squatting up together? What was it called?
Teamwork.
Yeah,
Teamwork.
something like that.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
It was something like that. I think it was teamwork.
The Vertibot plus 2 times XP. Yep, exactly. We were just talking about. I don't know, Fox, if you saw when I posted that video on on the old Discord, Discord, sorry, the Reddit, how salty everybody was. Not everybody, just some people. I'm like, what? If they hear-
I didn't see it because like I saw the thing pop up, but I was like kind of busy at the moment, so I
I was
didn't
like,
get to watch it.
what the fuck?
What happened?
People are so angry after a year. Holy shit.
After a year?
Yeah, dude. I don't even remember half these people.
Well, I still get every
Exactly.
once in a while I still get chat invites and like, hey man, got them guns still? Like, what is it gonna help you if I got them guns?
Dude, you got them guns.
Yeah, they're
bro.
cutting out my dead account. What's the to
Got them guns, homie.
Yeah, bro, I still got that flamer explosive.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Dude, I got that legacy 2-shot explosive plasma Gatling.
Dude, my weapon was a 2-shot explosive double barrel. That was my shit.
Yep.
No,
We love those. We sure did.
that was my boom, 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 boom.
That was pretty good one, dude. That was pretty good.
Yeah, dude. So what's up? Any more questions? Is that it? Just moving in some more info here, but
This
if anybody
has
has anything they want to ask us, we're here. You know, we got 10 viewers right now. Thanks for being here. We got Fox just chilling there with a hookah. Why have you never submitted a ban appeal? Because I didn't give a fuck, man. Like, I had way too many games I had to play. I have a career.
I was asking about the ban appeal.
Oh, which ban appeal? Like, never submitted a ban, like, to appeal?
I think they just told him anyways that they were gonna unban him
They said they were
eventually.
just gonna ban everyone eventually. But, okay, honestly, though, because around that time, like, I was already over it. Man, I banned for that shit after trying to help people out. And then Jurassic World Evolution was coming out. And then I still got to play Black Ops.
And I mean, he had a lot of items. It's not like he didn't have the amount of items that they were saying. So if he tried to appeal, they'd be like, well, you did it. He'd be like, oh, yeah. I did have a lot of stuff.
I did.
Because he, like, supplied shit for all of us. So that's a lot of people that were in the
What kind
game
of-
at one point.
That was
I'm
a
shocked that
thing.
me and Doc never got in trouble.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
come you and Snyder got in trouble?
Snyder, yeah.
Like, in big trouble for the weirdest shit.
'Cause I kept my shit on a DL, bro.
I remember Doc would never take anything. I never said, wow, like, here's Doc. Nah, I don't want that shit. I just want this.
Are you kidding?
I'd be like, you got this one gun I've been looking for? He'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, let me get that shit. Be like, here, you want this? It's like, no, I just want the one thing, bro. I don't need 14,000 fucking guns, bro. I need to be able to walk out of here after
Right.
this trade.
Alright, well, y'all give me your weapons if you aren't gonna. Dude, they deleted all our weapons. All my characters got wiped.
He said they deleted all their weapons.
Like, all my characters got wiped.
The
I
game,
have
game
downloaded
takes
it.
so long to install, bro. It's such a large, monstrous,
You want me to
spaghetti-coated
install the
mess.
game so I can get on and just give all my shit away?
I'll sell you my shit, bro. I'll sell you my full inventory, $200.
Dollars, yeah.
I have mine right now.
Thanks for being here, though,
Sounds-
Coach.
Go ahead.
You're asking these questions.
It's downloaded and everything.
I know, right? Are you still playing
You said
Fox?
yes?
I
You want
downloaded it for $200.
$200 for my inventory? Yes?
I'm not
Okay,
playing,
do it.
a couple of the guys from like way back, Sancho and another one of the dudes, like, hey man, you want to jump on for a minute? I'm like, fuck it, I'm bored. Fuck it.
Dude, so Chabs and I jumped on the other day, and we snuck up to Monster and Reaper, right?
Okay.
And these fools were just standing there, and we tried to sneak up on them, and then they saw us, and they were like, "Hey, what's up, guys? What y'all doing?" And they're like, "Oh shit, it's you guys." I'm like, "Yeah," and I was like, "What y'all doing?" "Oh yeah, I'm trading." I'm like, "Still? Like, what the hell?" It's
We don't have to
Right.
trade nowadays.
it's
Are
never
they-
ending.
have they even added new items?
They have, apparently. When I was playing, I got my shit wrecked in because I was like, whatever, I'll go fight this Deathclaw. Beat my ass.
Really?
Deathclaw beat your ass?
Oh yeah, it did.
They added like a
Armor got
raid,
nerfed to shit.
right? I thought
Oh.
they added a raid.
It has like a 75% chance.
Finally.
Yeah,
But then they postponed Wastelanders.
they did. Yeah.
But now it's supposed to come out in April.
Economy is worse than before. What do you mean by economy is worse than, like, is there more guns that are being duped, or just no money going around now?
There's no one playing. There's no supply.
Right?
New item, bare arm melee weapon. Is that the new thing?
Bare arm melee weapon.
Yeah.
So there's a, are you
Strange.
telling me there's only been one new a year?
That can't be right. That can't be right. How do you stay in business?
Inflation with
There's
weapons.
only one new.
They're selling the shit now for
Inflation with
money. You have to
weapons.
buy their subscription to get anything good now.
What?
I don't know, probably.
In order to get a 3-star, you gotta subscribe. Monthly subscription to
Yeah, Fallout.
Fallout
fuck
76.
you first.
What? That's crazy. At least ESO is like, hey, you get a craft bag. That's like really the only thing you care about.
No, they said for the longest time they couldn't do infinite stash boxes, but then they sold everybody infinite stash boxes with Fallout first.
Bear arm, a bear skull for a fish. Sheep squatch club, a club made from sheep squatch. That sounds like Doc's alley right there. The sheep squatch.
It
The
club.
does.
last
The
time
island.
I got on, I tried to fight this sheep squatch, and my game crashed in the middle of the battle, and I quit. I uninstalled the game right
Whoa,
after that.
Sergeant Apathy! Thanks for the host, brother. And
Trying
thanks for the
so
10
hard.
viewers here. How are you guys? Yeah, we're gonna open up with a story, but Code's actually bringing in some good viewer questions here. After being
It's really
angry
nice.
last night. And then, but, yeah, I guess we could jump into the hatred. Like, I just did not understand like why people hated us so much towards the end.
I don't understand either, man. Like, we got in there, and then I've been gone for like 2 or 3 months. Get back, and they're like, oh, people are spying on us. There's a secret organization.
What?
What?
Man, some people just think they're worth that much of our time. It's just crazy.
You talking about like people on Reddit or people in the Discord?
On the
On
merchant
Discord.
in the guild,
Yeah, Discord, people are crazy.
people are going nuts, man.
Like, Fox, what do you
Yeah.
think? I'm like, I haven't been in the game for like 3 months. What do you think I think? I'm crazy.
I didn't understand. I mean, I didn't really know half the people in that Discord, but like by the activity level in the Discord, I felt that like no one even played the game. So we were like talking shit one day, and then all these like people just popped up out of nowhere, being hella mad.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love the game. Like, whoa. If you love the game so much and love this guild so much and you want this guild to thrive, like, why aren't you active in it? Why aren't you inviting people to it?
Right.
Why aren't you doing anything to, you know, like act on what you're saying? Like,
Everybody was only
They
active
wanted
when
us to do
Serobi
it.
shop was
They were
open.
like, "Oh, you run it. You should do it."
That's why I got tired of it. Nobody gave a shit until my shop opened up every day.
like, people just wanted the guns.
Exactly.
And then those of us that didn't give a shit about the guns and were doing thing are like were like the main active people, and then we stopped playing, and then it just seemed like there was no one playing anymore. So
So we moved on.
that's when we were like, all right, we're gonna take the people that are still active and we're gonna go play other games.
Right?
We would literally log on and just stand around. Like there was nothing to do. We would literally just be standing there
Jumping
in
on
a
my roof
circle,
for, like,
just like feeding
2 hours.
ourselves. Like I don't have enough food to eat because we
Because
haven't
we're just
done
standing
anything.
around.
Like what do we do? There's nothing to do in this game, so we just had to leave and go do something else. So we didn't just completely get burned out, and we still got burned out anyways because
Yeah.
there's still like hardly any content or anything to do at
Yeah,
all.
Code, trust me, we tried, man. We tried. As the guild leaders, dude, honestly, we tried you have to understand, we had everything in our possession, right? And
Yeah, we
if,
had all the shit already.
if-
We had the best gear. We were
And-
unbeatable. I
There
went
must
around
be-
blowing up
yeah.
bases all the time, and then they started changing all that shit. Now you can't even blow up bases the same way.
Because what people I think forget to understand is there's how many people bought the game upon release. Like let's just say 750,000 people bought it. Okay, that's just a guess. And then you go on Reddit, right? And Reddit maybe collectively the communities are maybe only 15,000 altogether between 76 and Bazaar. And our community only had about 500 people, which is still a good amount, but compared to Bazaar and Market. So when our guild was the one supplying most of the stuff, we were at the top 1% of the game's weapons, and if you like,
If you could think about it, we had it pretty much.
we had it. Because, for example, like I said, if all those people bought that game, not for PS4, but like I said, it doesn't matter, because if you look at Reddit, that's all PC, PS4, and Xbox between Bazaar and also between Bazaar and 76. So it doesn't matter if it's just for PS4, because the exposure there is just, if anything, you're just making it even worse, saying that out of all the people that bought the game on all platforms, we were probably at like the 0.5% of people that had everything that needed it. And then after that, like we were just saying, like once you had all that, like we've gotten to a point where Max was punching a Scorch Queen out of the sky with one hit.
Yeah, dude.
You got
Nice, Max.
you got Doc with a sniper shotgun. You got Kit with her rifles, and you got Fox with his sniper. You got me with my shotgun. And then it just got to a point where it's
the
just,
shotgun was real, bro.
yeah, dude, it just got to a point where like, what are we gonna do now? Like, you know,
I can't tell you how many hours I spent sitting on my roof, just bullshitting with people or selling things.
Literally,
Like, I
like,
just,
not even
all I
just
was doing.
talking.
But yeah, but that's the thing. We were doing that shit a year ago, and fucking Code just said, like, there ain't much to do for another 2 months now, bro. That you're talking about
2
a
months.
year and.
yeah,
And when I say when you add content, they added that little vault, they added that new little Sasquatch thing, but there's no new items. Bro, I'm talking about like full
yeah.
on new shit. Like I can go on. There was nothing for even if I look at like it for 6 months or 8 months.
Yeah.
Sure saying, oh, they added in these two give two examples of some weapons. I know they added in Under Armour
Doc
with
cutting
the,
out.
It cut out pretty bad, Doc.
Is it better now?
Nah, hold on. I got this. Hiya! There we go.
You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're talking about. Then they're removing like the shit they added. They added like half content. Like you could do extra shit to get the same items you were already getting, and it's just like the same shit. Even till now, you're saying, "Oh, there's nothing to do for 2 months, bro." Like,
Yeah. Oh, what the hell happened here?
and crashing inside the vault. Like you take an hour to get to that fucking last terminal in the vault, and you hit that terminal, and your whole team fucking crashes. Like it's just that same bullshit. I went on the game maybe like 4 months ago, and it was just the same fucking laggy bullshit. Like you went to the queen and got no loot. Like you'd get in and nothing would render for like
Yeah,
5
that was
minutes.
the worst.
Like,
That's fucking
it's like
Open your pit boy too fast, your whole game freezes. You gotta restart.
yeah, like you start walking before something loads. As you load in, you gotta redo everything. Like this doesn't
cut
make
you back
sense.
to the
Like,
screen. It's like loading back. What? Why am I loading right now?
you can go and just go play a different game for a month and go back to 76, and you'll never want to play it again.
Yeah, to be honest, Code, that's what ended up happening, dude. Like,
Bro, we played that shit, that game Remnant, bro. Oh my
Oh,
god, when you
man.
play a game as fucking polished as that,
40
and buy
bucks.
like a
40
fucking
bucks.
$40 game by a small ass indie company
Mhm.
that fucking polished, like how could you ever want to play a AAA title game like just that buggy and that much of a mess?
Code just said, so you're giving us all these issues. Code, like, my question is, what the fuck are you doing still playing that game? Like you're
Could
just.
take this personal, man. He's like, what the fuck?
Nah,
Call
don't take
me
it
out.
personal, dude. Hell no.
Oh,
Because
I mean,
he's asking us. He's asking us why pretty much we left the way we left. But then he's giving us all these reasons. And you're just kind of like, well, dude, I'm not gonna stick around here. If I would have stuck around and dealt with all that shit, I would have been more mad.
It was hard at the end there to even
the
bring
shit
people in.
that's still happening is I'm saving to sell it for real cash when I need
For
it.
what? For the dollar store, bro? Like, what are you?
yeah. Right, like who even is still on 76 to buy that shit for real cash? Like
That's what
Bro,
Coca-Cola
sell that shit, cut your losses, and go
Coca-Cola, you
fucking.
stolen meme.
You gotta go play a new game, bro. Go play Remnant. It's probably like
You know
20
what?
bucks now.
Educate yourself.
Go
Take
play
Stolen
Remnant.
meme was crazy, man.
Sell it for
Yeah,
$7.
he was.
Sell it for $7. Get the Atari arcade mix off the PSN store and play some and learn some video
Dude,
games there.
it was crazy. Like even just going to Borderlands, just having fun in Borderlands, that was great.
Oh,
Right.
dude, yeah.
I was
Borderlands.
so burnt out from 76 that once Borderlands came out, man, I was so excited to play Borderlands.
Doc burnt my ass out on Borderlands though. Way too much.
Bro, y'all played Borderlands for like a month, and then, bro, you know how much I was trading? I was trying to bring the merchant back, and you guys were like, nah. You can't be merchant. We can't be doing that merchant night, bro. I got like a 20-page inventory on Borderlands, bro. That shit is nuts.
Did I try? I still have it downloaded. I'm trying to get on it. I play Apex a lot though.
That's the problem with that,
Apex,
though,
Modern
is-
Warfare, 76, and Minecraft. You sound
No
like
content.
you're 22 years old. It's like an 18 to 22-year-old gaming list, right?
I stopped playing a long time ago.
You stopped playing
Apex, Modern Warfare, and Minecraft are your other
Minecraft.
games?
Minecraft.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, bro.
Yo, don't shit on Modern Warfare. I'm with you on that
Shit on it all
one.
day long.
Totally, I'm with you on that one. Kitten can't shit on Apex. Kitten
Call
plays.
of
No,
Duty,
Apex is good,
Minecraft.
Still got me that Minecraft.
Apex could be crazy though.
Yeah, I was thinking of someone had mentioned a private Minecraft server, and I was down to fuck with it, but it's on PC.
Anthrax, apparently it just went cross-platform too.
Only for 2 hours. I have these stupid robotics meetings that need to show up to. You're in
Hey,
robotics,
meetings sound tight.
and
Yeah,
you're playing,
right?
and you're playing
Stupid.
Fallout.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I picked up a Switch around Christmas. I just don't play anything on it.
Put more time into
Well, it's great.
robots.
Play Zelda. Breath of the Wild.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I was playing Pokemon.
Where's Fear? I want to blame him for all my problems.
Pokemon's cool. Yeah, where is Fear? Send him an invite.
Yeah,
Let's
bro.
hit 'em
Fear's
up.
a spy, bro.
Where's that
He knows
at?
his fault.
The PM.
Remember when he started drawing vaginas?
No.
Fear, is he even on my friends list anymore? Probably
Who
not.
knows? You can play with PC Minecraft people if they have Bedrock. I don't know what the fuck that means, but
Yeah.
Let's give a quick roll call. Thanks again for Code for being here. Hannah loves Steve for being here. Hannah T for being here. Apathy, Sin, Spooky Monkey, Female Reaper. Thanks, guys.
hey, what up, Spoopy?
Spoopy the
Yo.
singer. Spoopy has a good voice.
We were fucking singing a song in the chat today, and I fucked it up.
Oh,
Oh, who was? You guys were?
Yeah, you'd said some shit, and it was great, dude. You missed it.
What have y'all been doing though? Well, I've been streaming and doing a lot of YouTube stuff.
Playing Apex. Going to college.
Yeah.
I was going hard on Borderlands, but then I ran out of shit to do because I went too hard on it. And then now I'm back on Elder Scrolls Online.
I'm on Elder Scrolls Online right now. I took like a couple months off from playing games, work and life.
Yeah, dude. It's just been like that. Actually, it's good. I'm gonna put it this way. My experience with Fallout 76 worse shit towards the end, but as you can see, like I'm with these guys now, right? After like a year and a half doing this shit, we would have never guessed that. So it
Hey,
has
bro,
its good.
let's talk about the beginning.
Yeah,
Let's get some more positive vibes up in this.
Why don't we
bitch.
go back to the beginning? That like, Fox, how'd you feel when the game was announced? Like, okay, did we all think that the game was gonna be shit already when it was gonna come out?
No, I thought it was
No?
gonna be good. I was excited for it.
Doc, I feel
Here's
like
the
you're
thing, up to that
expecting
point,
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Fox.
bro. I thought
Bethesda
the
hasn't screwed anybody
game.
by that point.
I thought the game was gonna be fucking ass when it came out. When I saw the announcement for it, they were like, "Fucking multiplayer Fallout." I was like, "Bro, this is gonna be fucking shit."
I was wondering how they were gonna do the VATS.
Like they showed some gameplay with it, and it just looked absolutely fucking chaotic. And I was like, "This is not what Fallout's supposed to be. This is not the Waste." And then the game, it came like to like the night of the release, and like the guys I was playing with at the time, they were all getting it, and I was like, there was like maybe 4 or 5 of us in the group at the time, and like I was the only one being negative about it, and they were like, and I was like, fuck it, bro, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, try and be positive about it. And
That's
my very first experience with it. Oh no, we got the beta.
Beta, yes,
Yeah,
beta
the
was.
beta.
That's where I
I
started at.
I got the beta.
Beta was
My
fucking
first
horrible.
my first day on the beta, I fucking hated it.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
Absolutely
same here. I was not happy
hated
with it.
Absolutely fucking hated it. And then the second day of the beta, I hopped on. Like, fuck it. I'm just gonna, give it a second chance. My boys are on. And so I was like, hey, where you guys at? And they were on some other part of the map. So I basically had to walk over to them. And that was the pivotal moment, bro. I was walking through the forest, and like I had fucking like these big ass fucking red eyes popped up, bro. And I was like, what the fuck with that? Immediately turned my flashlight off, fucking started booking it, bro. And I didn't know at the time, but I had encountered the Mothman.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah,
right.
it sounds like the Mothman.
The second day in, like I was walking through the forest at night, and the Mothman appeared, and I just fucking took off, bro. And I didn't know what was happening. And then I turned around, and there was hella ghouls fucking chasing after me. I was like, ah, shit. I was like, I got no weapons. Started running. I was like, I get the fuck out of here. And then the fucking moth popped up. I was like, ah. And I took off in the other direction, and I was like, oh man, that was hype. And I was like, like maybe this game's better than I thought it was gonna be, and then I stuck with it. That was my that's what made me buy the game.
Yeah.
So I'll go into the story about what happened with me. So I was sitting there.
Uh-oh. Y'all cut out. They all cut out. What the fuck?
Oh boy.
Y'all cut out. Doc cut out. What happened to
No,
Doc?
you cut out, bro.
I stopped talking.
You're not on the cam, Doc.
I'm right.
Doc's right here. Maybe we can see him.
Here, I see him.
Sarobi, you're not the one on the cam,
I
man.
can't see
What?
Soro.
Uh-oh.
Alright,
Oh,
but
what's
now
going on? Nope.
I can see
Too
you
much
guys.
height.
Too much hype.
You guys are on stream, though, right? Oh,
I
I see
can
the
see it.
Oh
problem.
yeah, I can see you on the stream.
The quality is.
There
Sorry,
we go.
I have the chat on stream only, so my phone doesn't die.
There we go. Alright.
Chat on.
Anyways, what were you saying, Fox? Like, because I know you
Alright.
and Sim were in it already, right?
So yeah, so what ended up happening was we were watching YouTube one night, and we saw like Bethesda had their release, and I was like, oh cool, let's see what Bethesda has. And that's when we saw 76. My instant thought was, oh, hell yeah. I could not wait to get into Fallout 76. And Steph was a little more cynical about it. She was like, I don't know. I'm antisocial. I don't like people. And I'm like, I get that. But I love playing games like that. So it's like, I don't know. So, of course, I go right out the next day to pre-order it. And the store was like, nah, we don't have any more pre-orders for it. I'm like, what? What do you mean? It's the next day. So I ended up having to go like 30 minutes out of my way just to get a pre-order for it. And at the time I was like, Steph, you get a pre-order for this? She's like, no, not right now. I'm like, all right, cool. Like 2 days later, Steph's like, so I got a pre-order for it. I'm like, where the hell did you get it at? She's like, oh yeah, I got it at the store. You couldn't get one out. I'm like, what? What do you mean you got one at the store? I couldn't get one at.
That's when you knew you had a problem.
Right? Like, what, don't like white people or something? What's up with here? Not that Steph's not white, but weird. I don't know. So, beta comes around.
Yeah.
Beta comes around, and I'm in beta. I remember my first experience with death in the beta, and I was like, all right, that's kind of gay. I don't like that. I'm like, why my caps gone? I don't like that. At about 3 hours into the beta, I remember running into, what was that town? It was like the little town with the ghouls that come out at night or whatever. Like the side mission. And I just remember falling in love, just instantly just going into there, just falling in love with it. And I was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna be playing for the next year. Didn't turn out that way.
Oh man. How about
what about you, Kitten?
Yeah. What got you into that game? Did you just like Fallout all the time?
No, I only played like Fallout 4, but my boyfriend was a super mega Fallout fan. So we watched, what is it, E3? Is that conference where they always go? So we watched Bethesda at E3, and they announced it, and we were like, oh, that'll be cool. And like our other friend is super into Fallout, and like we like decided we were gonna make like this raider clan. We were gonna like just fucking go in there and just steal everybody's shit and destroy everybody and nuke everyone, because they were like, you can nuke everyone. We were like, we're gonna do that. And then he pre-ordered it. My boyfriend pre-ordered it, and then we got it. And like that day, I was like, he went to work, and I played it when he was gone. And I was like, yeah, I need to play this game, just because I was having a blast, like running around and like seeing all the radiated shit, and like going into that town and like seeing people and like dropping little paper bags for them to pick shit up. And
I forgot about the paper bags. Don't drop the bag on the ground. Don't drop it on the ground.
Don't drop it.
But then you drop the bag and your shit disappears, and it's like,
yeah, dude, you use a cigarette machine.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, they still put their shit in bags, bro. How do people not learn?
Look at the kitty.
Oh,
I want to get my doggies now. It's funny. I got the game because I just saw it released. It just I didn't even know it was out that day, and I just saw it on the PlayStation Store. And I was like, sure, because I was already playing Black Ops at the time. I was having a shit ton of fun playing Black Ops because of Blackout. I've never played any battle royale games, but initially I played Fallout for like, fuck man, I don't know, 2-3 days, and honestly I remember asking for a refund right away on the first day. I sent them an email, yes, asking for a refund, because I was like, dude, there's no way I want to play this game. It's just terrible, which it was. But then I ran into a couple people that just ended up just linking up with you. Oh, it's Bean.
it is Bean.
Little bean toe beans. I mean, as far as how much I like the game, when I started, no, I didn't like it. I just more like the fact that people were down to play and chill. That's what got it all started.
I really like the social aspect of it. It was cool to be like running around in a game with someone and like hear them talk, like, and then like as you walked away they would get quieter, and as you got closer you could like hear them better, and it just made for like I just had all these cool ideas of like raiding people and like sneaking into their camp and blowing that shit up. And I did all that. It was fun as hell.
It always made me
then-
laugh how like every time you called someone's name out, they have to turn their character towards you like they're actually there.
Yeah,
Like,
alright.
you tried it out like, hey, and then they'll turn around and look at you like, not like you didn't. It's not like you couldn't hear me. You didn't turn around.
It had a lot of good role playing aspects of it. Like it was cool in that way.
That's the thing. If you're not creative, that game would have sucked for you. Like,
Yeah,
it
right.
easily would have sucked for you if you're not creative.
Oh, and I loved the camp building. Like I wish they expanded on that more, but it was already like it was pretty fucking cool to like build your own base. I really enjoyed that. I, like made my own little house out in the woods.
Where was your guys' first base? I remember making my base. It was a complete mistake because I was so stoked when I first got my base that I went. My very first one before I met you guys was all the way up north into the woods, and I forgot you have to like fast travel to certain places that costed caps,
Yeah.
and it was just a small little hut. You guys remember your first base, Kit?
Yeah, dude, mine was. I remember Mothman visited me at my base like multiple times in a row, and I was like, "This is the best fucking spot ever!" And like I was just chilling, and then I look over on this cliff, and Mothman was just chilling right there. That was out in like where I had a lot of my bases, and like where the Raider town was, the top of the world. It was like in that area.
How about you, Doc? You remember your shit?
My very first full base was on the far west side on the river by the Nuka-Cola factory. That shit was tight, bro. I had a balcony right over that river. It was that river that was the map boundary.
Yeah.
So you couldn't go
Yeah.
past it.
I had a base over there too. I think of my little shop over there at one point.
About you, Mr. Fox? Where was your first base?
So my first like base, screwing around first time, that doesn't mean anything. I don't know where I did it at, but my first base, the ammo depot.
Ammo
Oh,
Depot.
yeah.
I had it like
Mhm.
30 yards from the ammo depot.
Oh, was it right on the road?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Damn, you were there for hella long then.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then you moved and made your shop.
The foxhole.
Shop- Yeah,
The
well, the foxhole was there to
foxholes.
begin with, and then I moved, and because a certain killer decided to fuck my shit up.
Yeah, you moved it by that town.
Yeah, I moved above the town.
I remember. It was a good
Then,
spot. We hung out there
Oh, I
a
love
lot.
it. Yeah.
And then I had my main long-standing base was at Alpha,
Yeah, Alpha. Yeah.
Yep.
Fort Alpha.
Look at this cool shit. If y'all just pay attention to the screen, this is our Raider General's idea right here.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna bring this up on my TV.
The Red Raider.
Are you on YouTube right now, or what are you on?
That
I'm
was
on
literally
Twitch.
that was built into like a pre-existing area.
Yeah.
There was like a raider camp, and I built my camp on top of a raider camp. So
Dude,
that
Fox
was
is
probably my favorite base.
just the way Fox is chilling, this looks so comfortable, bro. This with a
Yeah,
hookah,
right.
just laid back.
Smoke on hookah like in the world.
With his Eagles.
Philly. You know them Philly fans and their Eagles.
Yeah, I didn't know you were actually Canadian, kid.
You didn't know that I was actually Canadian?
I thought you were
didn't know that
just
either.
from Michigan.
I am from Michigan. My family is Canadian.
Well, I would have brought it up, but then my TV was
dad
like, "Fuck
was
you."
born in
Turn this stuff
Canada.
off.
I was born in America, but like we just live in Michigan. My whole family is from Canada.
What does that make you? I'm so confused.
Canadian American.
Canadian American or American Canadian?
Dude, my grandma got me this shirt that says "American born with Canadian roots."
Dude, Doc is on some fucking. What do you look? He looks like he just died from. It looks like a found footage film. So Doc just looks. All right, while Doc's doing that, Fox is making one. That was a good first hour, guys. We got to take a quick puff break real quick. And he has to pee. We'll be right back. Like, do not leave. We're gonna be here in like
Do
1
not
minute.
leave. Fox is gonna be here. He's gonna talk to you and tell you a story about when he went out and recruited our first couple union members.
Is what I'm
All
doing.
right. That's what you're
Alright.
doing. That's what I've just decided you're doing.
I see that. Alrighty, so let's see. Had the game for about, I want to say 2 months before I got into Union Merchants. And the first task that I ended up having, and I remind you guys, I can't see any chat or anything like that. So I'm sorry if you guys have any questions as I'm doing this. I can't see the chat. I'm on my phone. Again, so first time I entered into the guild, they're like, hey, we need people at these certain positions. So I'm like, cool, I'll go fill some positions up. And they're like, hey, we need you to go ahead and start recruiting members. So I was like, oh, I guess no. I was like, all right, cool, I can do that. And as I'm doing this, hold on a second, guys. Casanova, come on, buddy, get down. So as I'm doing this, I kind of got a reputation for recruiting members. Oh, Doc's back with us. So at one point, as I'm doing this, I realize I'm okay at recruiting members. Maybe just because they want me to leave them alone, I'm not sure, but I was okay at doing it. In case you don't know, Doc, Kid's like, yeah, Fox gonna tell everybody about recruiting. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, no, I had it up on my phone. I got my phone with it up.
So originally it was just me starting the recruitment. I'd heard about the Union Merchant through a message on my, I want to say it was Reddit. Reddit got me a message, and I was like, oh cool, I'll go ahead and join in on that. Like I said, position was like, hey, we need more people. Why don't you go ahead and was talking to people about joining the guild. So, all right, cool, I'll do that. Originally, it was just me, and that's when I ran with another guild member named Killer Ace. So me and Killer Ace wandered the Wasteland for like 3 days straight, just recruiting. Serobi hadn't even really met me up until that point. And I get like a voice chat from Serobi saying, hey man, why don't you come join the chat? I see you got a bunch of people. Because when I recruited somebody, I said, hey, make sure you tell them that Fox sent you. Eventually, Serobi's like, hey man, you gotta stop telling people to say Fox sent you, because my whole fucking inbox joined with just Fox sent me. I said, all right, I'll stop telling people to do that. And I think we recruited like, I want to say something like 100-some members at least. I can't remember the exact numbers. I know we were over 100 for just me and Killer recruiting. Then after Killer's shit that turned bad, another story. It ended up being probably another 100. So I'd say about 200 altogether is what I was recruiting for. There's some wild antics in there. Just whole gaggle of people just running up to people. Hey! You heard about our guild? Union Merchants, great prices.
Yeah, I feel like you're underselling this a bit. This man was literally going. He was like, he'd be at one spot, look at his map, like, all right, there's a person. He'd take a whole gang. He'd take a whole gang of people and go find this one person.
What?
And then he would go from person to person to person until they hit every person on the map. And then we'd go to a new map. They would find a new server and then go hit everybody.
Yeah.
And there was like 200, 300 people in like a couple of weeks. And then like by a month, there was like 500. It was stupid. Like, I'm saying, like, he was going around so much, he lost his voice at one point.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Like, day in, day out, like, if Fox was on the game, he was running around like, hey, what are you doing? You playing the game? You want to be in a guild? Like, you need people to play with, you need people to trade with, like, we're trustworthy traders. Like, we do role playing, we do shops, we do sales. Like,
Now,
it was for real.
It was for real.
It was for real, for real.
yeah, dude, Fox was.
My favorite story from just recruiting in general, I had just recruited a guy named Sancho, and I want to say Riley something.
It has to be Reaper.
No, it's not. It's not Reaper.
No.
My
Isn't
favorite
it
story.
Randall?
Randall. Yeah, Randall. So, running around, and I was like, "Hey man, you want to go to Greek tour with me?" He's like, "Sure." I'm like, cool. I run into a guy, and I think his name was like Taco 314 or something like that, right? And I'm like, "Hey man, you got a mic? Hey, you want to talk about this guild that I'm in? Great trading, great people, just awesome guild in general." And the guy gets on the mic,
Uh
all Spanish, all Spanish, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, shit." Hold on, let me. I'm on my phone.
He
trying to
pulls
find
up a translator.
I'm looking for a translator because I don't speak a lick of English. I speak English and poor English, not anything else. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to pull a translator up. I'm like, hold on, guys, slowly. And Sancho's like, I got this. I'm like, what, you got this? He's like, and he starts, bam, just without like a thought, just complete Spanish. Turns over. I'm like,
No.
oh hell yeah.
Way. That's so
It's
dope.
crazy. I just recruited him like the day before. So I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's saying. He's like, yeah, man, he likes the guild. He joined up on Reddit and everything. He's like, yeah, sure. He doesn't have. I said he doesn't have something, and he's like, but he'll join up on Reddit and stuff. I'm like, oh, cool. No fucking idea what he was saying.
Perfect, right?
Still my favorite recruit.
Alright, so obviously when we started playing the game, we didn't all start playing together, right? Like at first, like how long was it till we met up? Because we all pretty much bought the game at the same time, right? Around when it came out.
I mean, it was pretty quick. When did it come out?
Didn't it come out in like October or November? It might come out October, November 19th, something like that.
And,
Yeah.
and-
We knew each other on Thanksgiving, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
So I think around 2 weeks, 3 weeks afterwards when we all met up. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So I guess we pretty much all started playing the game together on the get-go. But like before that,
It was a couple weeks in. I was starting looking for people to trade with and start to branch out in the community because I was just with a small group at first.
yeah.
Getting on them Reddits, getting in them trade communities.
I don't even know how I found out about the Reddit community. I forgot how. I really don't remember how. There's just so much that happened in that game.
I think I found out from the other Reddit because I use Reddit for everything. So, like, if I was on like the Fallout 76 Reddit, and somebody would like link Market 76, and I think you posted on Market 76 the first time.
That's right. That's where I met you.
Yeah. So I think that's where we met a lot of us, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was. I saw the post on Market and then went out. You were like giving away
I
free
want
shit.
some shit. Yeah.
Mine was a little different.
All right, let's see. Let's go out here. And there was a whole gang of people. And they were all like, oh, let me get this. Oh, let me get this. Let me get this. And I just stood back. I was like,
Oh
I
wow.
want to see what this shit's all about, man. I don't really just want to take shit. I'd like to be part of this shit, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't take a gun for hell long. And then I was like, bro, I need a shotgun. And you were like, yo, I got a shotgun for you. And you gave me the fucking
The TSC.
no, you gave me the quad.
The quad double barrel. That's right.
The quad double.
That was my baby.
And you were like, I don't give these to anybody, but like I'm gonna give this to you. I know you're all right. You don't ask for anything, so I'm gonna hook you up.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I remember that because you were looking for the other shotgun. And I was like, nah.
Yeah, I was looking for the other one. You were like, nah, you don't want that. You want this. I was like, all right, I'll check it out.
So mine was a little different, right? I was a Reddit newbie. I didn't use Reddit for anything. But I saw on a YouTube video that, like, hey, if you're playing Fallout 76, it's a good idea to get part of the Reddit community, especially someone that trades a lot. So I was like, all right, cool. So I hit up, I think it was either Bazaar or something like that. It was like
Ooh, the Bazaar.
Bizarre.
Or then I was like, all right, Trader 76. And I started going through there. And then I get a private invite message from SER0CASTS itself. It was,
That was
"You're
me.
overseer here, SER0CASTS. And we just had a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, sounds like a roleplay community. I'm down.
That's right.
So I meet up with, I don't even know if I met with you exactly. I met up with, it was like Max and Genghis.
Yeah.
And a couple other guys. Yeah. And they're like, hey man, you gotta do this plunge off the top of this roof. Now you have to understand, at my point, I'm like, I don't know you guys. I don't know my shit. For all I know, you're just like telling newbies to jump off that shit. I'm like, all right, cool. So I put on my power armor as I jump. You're like, you're not allowed to do that. And I'm like, I don't know shit.
Damn. So you were after. I wonder whatever. Now you're reminding me of whatever happened to Colin. That's an interesting one.
Colin was there for like a week after I joined. That was it. Because you told me like Colin was good at building stuff. So I was like, oh, maybe he'll build my base for me. And I was like, hey, Colin, you know, if you're interested, man, I'll pay you caps or whatever. You can just help me design my base because I wanted to design a trading base. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, yeah, cool. Just, you know, get the mats together and stuff and get the cash together. He's like, we'll talk payment later. I'm like, all right, cool. Have the cash together. And like a month later, I'm like, all right, he's not coming back on.
What? Yeah, he just stopped playing. I actually played a couple rounds with him on Battlefield 5, but we just didn't have a mic together. That was funny. And then Genghis, the last thing we heard from Genghis was what? He just died. That kid just straight up died. Remember the last thing we heard was like...
heard from him, he said that his roommate slept with the girl who was married, and he
the husband showed up.
Husband in his house or some shit.
Oh God!
Right.
Genghis is dead somewhere in a hole.
I heard from him, literally.
That was the last thing we heard.
I think I played like around. I saw him. He was playing Borderlands.
He's been, yeah, he was playing Borderlands. He's been playing like games. He just hasn't fucking talked to us.
I don't even know my friends list anymore. Well, because I'm not to be shrewd or anything, but I had so many people from 76. Every time we did a trade, like, oh yeah, meet up with Fox, get the friend request, and do this and that, and then I'm like, oh man, my fucking friends list is almost filled at one point. So I'm like, if I don't play with you, gone.
Nah, bro. I'd be clearing my friends list every day. When I was playing 76, I was adding too many people.
I feel bad because like people like Till and them, I got rid of them because I'm like, I don't remember who these people are. Gone.
Till's cool.
Oh yeah, bro. I got my shit all organized. I got like you make them custom lists with your friends.
Then I need to get on that.
I've been doing that.
I got a bunch of lists, so I know it's like these are the homies right here.
Excuse me for a second, guys. I gotta fix my TV thing so I can watch it on the stream.
Do your thing, dude.
Right on.
Damn. Let's see. Let's give a mid shout out. Still got 4 piece. We still got Hannah, Apathy, and Sins here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, dude. We once we got in the guild, bro, man, we started trading. Like we all got the shops, dope ass shops. It was cool, man.
What were you guys selling? Kitten, what was your shop? Initially, it was so when we started the guild, there was an initial plan to like make different shops, and everyone would have like certain items that they sell.
At first, I was straight up just your raider, and then I made a shop because I wanted a shop. I came to you when I was like, I was gonna make a raider group, but you know we could team up and we could do this together, and I could be your raider because you need something like that. And then
that's how it happened. That's right.
And then and then I started recruiting people to like be a part of my raider guild along with like the union merchant at the same time.
That was legit.
And then
she became the Gen.
And then I made a shop which was bobbleheads, magazines.
Yeah. That's right.
Is there another one? I think that was it. And gaming.
Bobbleheads and magazines. I remember how many you've always had the bobbleheads.
Bobbleheads are fun. I had a bunch of them.
You know, for how simple that game was. Jesus Christ, Doc is walking around again.
My fucking charger unplugged. I had to go reconnect my laptop charger.
This guy's gonna break his other leg. He's gonna fall down the stairs and just completely hurt himself. And I'm just gonna laugh.
But yeah, dude, I was wearing my power armor shop, and then like fucking they made it so they changed the how the shops worked,
Yeah.
and they fucking ruined me, bro. Ran me out of
Oh
business.
yeah.
Like overnight, there was like
He became
fucking 15 different power